Hello and welcome, folks. Here we are with the second project and the first episode of the second project and in the time lapse. And this time around, many guys have already seen it. It's the Time Square project, and like all the other stuff which is going on Planet Coaster, the first thing you'll do is building the pass system, which is cool. The pass system is good, but it's far away from being perfect. So you can see here, I was just like building the first layout for the timescale, which will or how it will look in the end. And basically, I got many problems doing the layout, like stick these smaller paths to the other. And there is kind of a small trick for those of you who haven't figured out yet. If you hold control, the control button while building paths, they won't connect to each other. So I figured it out while doing this here, and yeah. So next thing to do is just laying the foundations of the buildings. So this was just to know where I want to put the buildings in the end, and then just connecting all the paths around them. At this stage I had a very concrete idea how it will look in the end, but I hadn't got any idea how I will just achieve this. So this is again, like I said, in the Space Mountain project, this is all about just figuring out how it will work and just doing the stuff and then redo it again and redo it again until you have the result which you wanted to have. To be honest, this project here really went much smoother and much better the uh, than the Space Mountain one, but obviously the Space Mountain one was my very first one, where I really learned a lot of things about the building system and about the controls. So all the experience I gained there could be used here, and I think this is also a reason why it took me only about 15 hours to build the Times Square, while Space Mountain took over 30 hours. In the end, I guess the result is kind of the same, like the style and the complexity of the whole building, but just the experience led me to being much faster. So you also will figure out that, or you will notice that within the time lapse here, like you can see here, there will be some smaller breaks. I tried to cut them out all, but honestly, guys, I went crazy doing this because there are so many smaller breaks inside. This is because I looked up some images from the real Times Square in New York. Unfortunately, I've never been there, so the only thing I could do is just take some photos from the internet and then just rebuild it in a way, because this whole thing here shouldn't be like I wanted to build it exactly like the real one. It should just like be an inspiration and then build like a theme park version of it, because in all the theme parks around the world, they don't really rebuild it just one by one. They just kind of get the overall look and feel of some buildings and then pump out their own version, which is kind of like scenery from the front angle, and when you look from the back, it is all like stuff and just some control rooms and so on. It's just like fake, and I really like the idea of doing a theme park where you have some inspirations from the real world and then just like building it, so you have in the first moment the impression, well, this is real, but it really kind of fits into the theme park as a smaller version. For example, you have it like in Disneyland, where you have the future world and so on. It's obviously not as big as real future world, but it kind of gives you the impression that you are in the real future world. And this is the thing I wanted to do here with the Times Square. I wanted to build something where you can see, well, yeah, this is Times Square, but it's far away from being the real Times Square. That's the whole thing about it. Then here I continued making the first shop roofing here in front of it, and just giving it some elements to have like a logo or something else like this, and maybe it could be for example a high quality shop, but yeah, like just giving it some kind of look. And I also wanted to put some shops in, because I've noticed at this stage in the game, the only thing to really get a lot of peeps within one area is just give them some food and drink and they will come. So here I will build some smaller shops inside the bigger buildings, just to get peeps in there and make it like look a really really nice place where many people are going around. I mean, like just look at Times Square, even in the middle of the night, as I can see from videos, there's just like 1,000 of people running around. So I wanted to have it here as well in the end when it is finished. And as you can see on some screenshots, I will link some screenshots down below in the description, and also the teaser video. If you haven't seen it yet, you can see it also in the description. Yeah, this is kind of the main idea is to just have many peeps around here in the end, just to have a really nice feeling about it. Yeah, this year is also something which was really fun in the end, because I just tried to build some billboards, and it really worked out pretty well. I just had the idea to take these iron supports and then build it in, and yeah, it worked out quite well. And so I just continued doing it. But first of all, here, like doing the groundwork for the second building, and as you can see here, I had already begun to set the layout, and just changed it a little bit to make the path here fit in. Which was really a hard task, was to cover up all the grass parts here, because I mean, Times Square is in the middle of the city, and there you can hardly find any grass, so I had to cover it up. And unfortunately, at this stage in the game, we don't have anything like the terrain editor, which would have saved me a lot of time and also a lot of performance. But yeah, it simply isn't in at this stage, so I had to work with it and deal with it, and I dealt with it. So I just took all the I guess these are the roof parts from the or the stone roof parts from these rounded corners here, and I took them to just cover up the whole body or the whole ground here. Later on, you can also see that I took some of these chimneys to do this, because I needed some smaller parts. Something interesting going on here in the background now is I just tried to give it these rounded up, or this is really curvy design, like some of the buildings on the Times Square have, and as we don't have anything else than normal curves, I had to take really small parts and assemble them together, like yeah, these kind of curvy forehead of the building, and it kind of worked out quite good. It's not that good that you can say it is wow, like yeah, a really smooth and pretty amazing rounded up roof, but I think for the possibilities we have at the moment, this is kind of a good result. I'm quite happy with it, and so I also left it in, and with all the lights afterwards and with all the other buildings, it kind of gives the overall thing a good look. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is also really interesting now. I tried to just have some rounded up windows, which I saw on some screenshots. Really often they have like glass covered up windows there, and yeah, I just try to do it like taking these rounded walls and then put on the window elements, and afterwards delete again the wall. It worked quite good, although it really isn't like smooth, as I said before, but it worked quite well. So I just tried it again and come along with this result here in the end, which looks kind of good. So yeah, if anybody of you has got better ideas to do it, please let me know, because I'm not that satisfied in the end. I definitely will rework the whole city part when the Alpha 2 is out. I hope there will be some new elements inside the new Alpha, which make the whole thing look like a little bit better. For example, I will delete all the stone parts on the bottom when we got stone or like let's say concrete as a terrain texture, because I really like it if it's flat out and the paths are on the same height. Maybe I will just rework the whole layout of the paths in general, because then the street has to be really on the bottom and the boardwalk or the pathway around, they need to be a little bit higher. But at the moment, as I said here, I took these parts here to cover up the whole floor, which works, yeah, but it's not the final thing, I guess. Here, as you can see here, I took some plants and some bushes to just cover up the last part, because it was really annoying to stick them all together, and yeah. So now here you can see I tried to take these parts as a cover up, but it was really kind of ugly, so I decided just to take some lamps and make these fit onto it, which really is kind of a cool thing, because it gives the overall thing a little bit more modern look, and this was one thing I wanted to achieve, a modern looking city part, and yeah, obviously here I just was rebuilding it so it isn't that too big, because I had to just watch the overall layout the whole time, just to make sure that not one building is getting too big in the end, and so I just here corrected the version here that it is fitting. So yeah, that's it for the first part of the time lapse for the city. Hope you liked it, and hope my commentary was again not too weird. I just figuring out how to do the commentary. I just try to give you guys a little bit of information about what I was planning to do, and how it worked out, and hopefully you are still a little bit interested in it. If not, well, you don't have to look it. Yeah, so stay tuned for further episodes, and enjoy your day. Bye.